Our top story takes us to New Albany, where an apartment fire lit up the night sky overnight, displacing a handful of families. Today, this is what's left of the units over at Kingsfield Apartments in the 100 block of Mills Lane off Green Valley Road, I should say. We do know 8 apartments are a total loss, 16 with total damage. New Albany Fire said one man was injured jumping from the second story, but is okay. We found residents this morning going through the rubble for their valuables alongside firefighters. The Red Cross and Salvation Army put up many of the displaced residents for the night and plan to do the same today. It's still unclear how that fire started. We are getting a closer look at some of the damage a large fire caused in the Portland neighborhood. This is what Stacy Johnson's house on Portland Avenue looks like now, the home next to a vacant property which caught fire Tuesday. Johnson said it was not just damaged by the flames, but hundreds of gallons of water that were used to put them out. They flooded her basement. She said it's a predicament she never thought she'd be in.
And I need help. I don't even know what to do or where to go at all, and I'm sorry. I'm very, very upset. I just paid my house off, so I guess it'll have to be tore down now.
Johnson said so far she's received some help from the Red Cross. Portland's historic Shaheen's department store also reported damage to a storage building behind the store. One man is in jail, another in the hospital after a chaotic situation that ended at the Outer Loop Walmart. It started as a pursuit by Kentucky State Police yesterday and ended with an armed man jumping into a woman's car in the pharmacy drive-thru. Police said the suspect driver, Jeremy Bozarth of Louisville, surrendered to Metro Police once he was cornered and told them he didn't know his passenger. Bozarth pleaded not guilty in court this morning, and we are still waiting on the name of his passenger, who is a part of the attempted carjacking and then shot by an LMPD officer. Our Isaiah Kim Martinez takes us through what happened step by step.
A scary, chaotic scene at the Walmart near Fairdale.
It could have turned out very, very bad for innocent people.
A police pursuit on the road turning to a chase on foot inside and outside the store with shoppers all around. LMPD eventually coming face to face with the suspect. Police say he was carrying 2 pistols, holding a woman in the store's pharmacy drive-through line at gunpoint.
The officer gave loud verbal commands and ultimately fired his gun, striking the subject multiple times.
LMPD Chief Paul Humphrey telling us the man carjacked the woman and attempted to kidnap her.
Obviously, she's shaken up. To have somebody armed with a gun jump in your passenger seat is not the way that you expected your day to go when you left the house this morning.
In the aftermath, you can see the bullet holes on that van's windshield.
I seen all this, the tape and everything, and I was hearing some people saying a shooting happened.
Elizabeth Commons was at the Walmart subway when this all happened.
I was in shock. I don't know how I handled it calmly. I honestly don't know. I guess because I knew the police would have it.
Chief Humphrey says this all started when a state trooper was pursuing 2 suspects in a car. They had arrested one when officials say the other ran off. We're told the suspect shot is the only person injured in all this. He's in the hospital and is expected to survive. Humphrey with this message.
So we plan to pursue charges to the full extent of the law and make sure this subject stays in jail until he can figure out how to cooperate and be a valuable part of society. If he can't, then we'll be right back knocking on his door again.
Jeremy Bozarth, the man driving that car, is being held on a bond of $50,000. He'll be back in court September 6th. LMPD's chief wants more communication between the department and the Civilian Review Board tasked with investigating it. Chief Humphrey went before the review board last night during a meeting at the Shawnee Library. He's the first chief to do so since the board was formed in the aftermath of Breonna Taylor's death in 2020. The board reviews complaints against LMPD, increasing police accountability. And Humphrey said for the collaboration to work, the department and the board need to have complete transparency with one another.
I think part of the problem is it goes back also to that transparency issue. It's not that we don't take the accusations or the recommendations seriously. What we need to do is communicate the actions that we take related to them or the actions that we don't and why we don't take them related to them back to the board so they have an understanding and can communicate that to the community as well.
That next meeting is September 25th, the location still up in the air. Right now, the Floyd County coroner needs your help finding families for more than a dozen sets of cremated remains. They were found at Spring Valley Funeral Home in New Albany, which recently shut down. Coroner Greg Roughton says he's trying to contact families who use Spring Valley to handle their loved ones' remains. Of the 19 found, he said he has only been able to contact 6 families. Spring Valley had its license suspended earlier this month after an inspection found blood and fluids on surfaces and containers of medical waste. Most of the cremated remains were from this year, he said, but some date back to the 70s, making it quite hard for the coroner to properly identify them.
A lot of the phone numbers I've called has been disconnected, so they've moved. They probably forgot about them, and it's just something that sometimes happens, unfortunately.
If no one claims the cremated remains, Roughton plans to put them in a vault. We do have a full list of people the coroner's office is seeking next to Ken for in this story on the WHAS11.com homepage. Carroll County schools in Kentucky are closed for the rest of the week. The district said students and staff are being affected by several illnesses like flu, RSV, and COVID. Superintendent Casey Jane said student attendance dropped to 88% and 75% for staff from Monday to Wednesday. Carroll County High School's Friday night football game against Kentucky Day has also been canceled, and unfortunately they'll have to forfeit that game. The days will be added onto the calendar as makeup days. The district will return to class on September 3rd after the holiday.